Alrighty, it's going to be a little tutorial, information kind of, on the mod tool to make your own custom random gen worlds on 7 Days to Die called Nitrogen. First off, this is a disclaimer. I did not make the mod. I'm not a professional with the mod. I actually just got it working yesterday, but I mean, it wasn't a big deal. It's just the first time I've used it. But there was a lot of people with questions, so I thought I might show you how to do it, because it's pretty simple really. So we'll just start. Go to your whatever internet you use. Go to the 7 Days to Die forums. Hit on the forums, and where you will find it will be obviously game modifications, but it's not under mods, it's under tools. So game mods, tools. Once you find it, it'll be at the top, or it should be, depending on when you watch this. Right here it says Tool Nitrogen, a random world generator for 7 Days to Die. It's started by Democles. He's also the one who made it, obviously. I did not make it, but if you want to read all this, you can come here and read it. Blah 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 blah. There's a bunch of other stuff, but this is kind of old. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it before now. It's actually, see, it was even for Alpha 17. I had no idea. But we are going to do it for 18.2 or Alpha 18. I'm pretty sure it's 18.2 now though. If you just want like a vanilla random gen, you can just download this. But a lot of people also want this compo pack, and it's a little different. Like, you have to have both of them, and it's kind of, you got to put this one place, and this is different where you take the worlds from. But I'll show you all of it. First off, you need the 64-bit of Java. So I didn't have it, and I found that out after I tried using this, and it would never finish loading a world, creating one. So go to java.com, and if you go through here, it'll say you need to be on a 64-bit browser. Well, I use Chrome, and I don't think this is a 64-bit browser, because when I just downloaded it, it still wouldn't work. So what I did, instead of trying to figure out a blah blah blah, another, Internet Explorer or whatever they call it, Edge now, you can download this Windows Offline 64-bit. So just click on this. It'll start to download here, and it'll be done. Click on it, open. Yes. It says it's safe. See, it says 1 in parentheses because I've already done it. Blah blah blah. Where's that? Oh, here we go. There, it popped up. So it'll pop up with this. It's got a, you can change the destination folder. I always leave stuff where it wants to put them. Hit install. It'll install this. And like I said, if you don't have a 64-bit browser, just you can do the Windows Offline 64-bit. It's basically just a manual way to get the 64-bit. At least it worked for me. It should work for everyone. I'm just showing you all of it because I don't really feel like trying to cut and all this stuff. I don't really make videos a lot. Okay, so now that's done. You'll be prompted when an update's available, just like normal if you would first download Java. So you close that. You don't need this anymore. Now you have your 64-bit Java that you need for the Nitrogen. The next part you can kind of skip if you don't want this, but a lot of people do, so I'll add this compo pack, which what it does is it adds a lot of POIs. And here it is. When you click on it from the nitrogen, it takes you to the forum post for it. And it's by Magoli. It's for Alpha 18.2. There's a lot of information if you want to read it. You don't have to. It's not really a big deal. But where you download it right here if you want the latest 18.2 build. If you have a different build that you're playing with, you can download them here. But I doubt you are, because the reason why you're watching is because of 18.2 nitrogen tool. So you click here to download. You go to the compo pack. What you can do is you click up here and hit direct download. Say no thanks, continue to download. It'll start to download. And once it's done, just open it. It's a zip file. Click on it, extract all. It'll ask you where you want it to extract to. I'm just going to do the desktop, makes it easy. So Magoli CP compo pack or whatever. Desktop. Whatever. Desktop, whatever. It'll probably be named this then, Compo Pack 42. Don't worry, we will find it. This takes maybe a couple minutes, I think. I don't know, it's going pretty fast. I thought it took longer. But it don't take too long, but there are a lot of POIs that it adds, like a ton. But you still get vanilla POIs, so it's not like you won't see the vanilla POIs anymore. You see all of it. This just adds more. It's really nice. But like I said, you can skip this part if you don't want to add these extra POIs to your random games. And just so I'm not giving all the credit to Magoli, I'm pretty sure he has made some of the POIs, and then I think there's other modders POIs that he added to it. It's like a big pack of them. Yeah, see, there's Stallion's Den and Guppy Kerr, Zombie Man. I think those are all the people that made the POIs. See, Guppy Kerr again. Kerbolt. I've never heard of him. But like I said, I didn't make any of this. I'm just kind of showing people how to do it. It is kind of overwhelming when you first start getting into mods, like computers and modding and moving files and editing files and stuff like that. Which you won't have to edit any files in this. It's just basically opening and moving files and maybe replacing some files, but you don't actually have to modify the file, not the actual text or anything. Yeah, see, it does take a while. I was going quicker at first. And also your computer is going to be different. This might be faster than mine. This might be slower than mine. Just like downloading Java, that's all on your internet. It might be slower or faster. And the same thing with the nitrogen tool itself, like creating worlds. I think in the forum post, he said that his takes 4 to 5 minutes to make an 8K world, where mine only takes about a minute and a half to create an 8K world. But then too, that could have changed with the different versions. He might not have updated the text of on the forums, because he's had a lot of different versions of this. I'm also sorry this is so long, But like I said, I waste time editing and doing all that stuff, and I don't really make videos, so I'm not very good at that. If you have any other questions too after this, I'll try to answer them. Hopefully, I kind of answer everything while we're doing this. And like I said, this right here that we downloaded, this is just adding POIs for your random worlds. This isn't the map generator yet, and you do not need this. You do not need this. This is just for the people that want the added benefit of more POIs. Come on, these people want to play. They're freaking out. Damn, I didn't think it took this long last time. It'll be over 5 minutes. That is terrible. Nobody wants to sit and watch this. Getting close. Uh-oh. I can hear the zombies screaming. Also, I'm just trying to be thorough. I mean, I've already done all this, but I'm just trying to be thorough. I don't want to just say, oh, you just do this, and not show somebody, because some people, are really new to this. So, and if you're not, oh, I apologize. Now, all this is doing right now is extracting it. Once we do that, we will take them and we'll put them in a certain, I think it's the prefab folder in the 7 Days to Die folder, and it'll basically add all the POIs there. And there are some that I think overwrites. Review our app. I don't think so. Okay. Alrighty. So that should be on the desktop. We can exit out of that. Compo pack right here. I will click on it and open it. Now, install instructions are right here. Copy all files from the prefabs folder to your game folder. So, however you get to your game, I don't know what drive your game's on. I have a separate drive for games, which I'll show you. And then you get to the 7 Days to Die under Data Prefabs. See, you copy just the files. Do not copy and paste the whole folder, okay? And then you also exchange the random world game, random world, whatever, mixer from the pack with yours in the game folder. This means overriding the existing, okay? So what we'll do is this one where it says please copy all these files. This is the one. Now what you do, see if I can just, I hate this. There's probably an easier way. I'm sorry if there's an easier way to do this. You can probably right click or something, but See, there's a lot of them. Lot and lot and lot and lot and lot. Once you do, if you got them all selected, you can hit copy if you want, or cut. We'll hit copy. And then I'm just going to open this. It doesn't matter. Mine are under my D drive games. And then you want to go to Steam. So wherever yours are probably on maybe a local C disk or some other drive. But you'll go to Steam. Then you go to Steam Apps. Then you go to Common. Then there's 7 Days to Die, probably at the top. And then 7 Days to Die, you will go under Data. And then under Data is Prefabs folder. And see, here's all the prefabs that are here. You want to come over here, I'll right click and hit paste. And it'll copy all these items over here. And then see mine, see it says it has all the files are the same names. It's because I've already done it. I'll just hit replace. Yours might say that it has a few of them that to overwrite, and just say yes if it does. The first time I think mine said it had like a couple hundred maybe that were already named the same, and I just hit overwrite. And now after this is done, you'll have all these POIs in your prefabs folder, and then we just need to move that RWG file and replace the one that you currently have in there. Okay. So now I'll go config and then this mixer. So I'll right click and hit copy, and it'll be under the same name over here. So you'll go back to 7 Days to Die, data, and then the config. And in here there will be that same document right here. So you just right click and hit paste, and it'll say it's already named this. You hit replace the file. Got it. Okay, and that's it for that. This compo pack, that's done. And right now you could just do a regular random gen on your just regular vanilla 7 Days to Die, and you would have all them extra POIs. But now we'll go back to here. Now we need to do nitrogen. So we've done the Java, we've added the compo pack. If you want that, you can skip it if you want. Now we're going to do the nitrogen. This is where it gets fun. Get the nitrogen, zip file opens. You need to extract all to blah 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 blah. See, mine has a 1 in parentheses because I already have one. So I'll hit extract anyway. It'll extract it. There's the generator. You get in here, and some people say they use this, the Java, the one with the Java icon. I use the nitrogen one. Before, I think I tried to use a nitrogen, it would never load, but if one of them doesn't work, just try the other one. Hit run. Okay, this awesome screen will pop up, and you're in for a treat. Okay. Now, okay, kind of how to use this is your map name. This will be obviously your map name. So I'll put 8K test. That'll be your name. Size, you can pick all these sizes. We're going to leave it the 8K default because, like I said, it's really quick on my computer, and I mean, it doesn't really matter what size you pick when I'm just showing you. The output folder is where uh, it will output the folder with the data for this map, or for the world map, however you want to call it. That's where it's going to go. And it should go under output, I'm pretty sure. But if you want to open it, you can, whatever. But it should go under output. Some of these I don't really know what they do. I don't really mess with a lot of them. I start with the terrain though. So terrain, you can have it balanced, random. Because there's all these options. I'll show you kind of what I did to get something that I like. I put mostly flatland, and it changes these sliders. You could manually set this how you want, but I'm just going to show you this. Smoothing, I put it on the smoothest, and if you hover over these, it'll kind of tell you. Like landscape determines the random collection of various landscape types. Smoothing smooths the terrain. To smooth will make traveling easier, but looks less natural. I think smooth actually looks more natural than the like straight up houses on a circular, mountain, that are just totally out, whatever you want. Mostly flatland, smoothest. The flatland style, so you want your flatland have some hills. Do you want them very flat, mostly flat? I put it on mostly flat. Biomes. Now this is where it got a little confusing maybe, because there's different things. There's add, burn, and wasteland. Natural, more burned, only green, only this, only that. Now, just because you put only green doesn't mean the whole map's going to be green. It says that, but it's also depends on your border biome and your north and south. Border biome, I put wasteland. Like, since I put only greenland, the only wasteland will be on the perimeter, so it's easily recognizable the edge of the map. And then north-south, like if you want it kind of realistic for most people, north is colder and south will be hotter. You can put none, so it doesn't dictate a north and south kind of strip, or you can just have north snow, just south desert, or whatever. I put north snow and south desert, plus this, since I have this only greenland, it's going to be basically green in the middle, snow in the north, desert in the south, and a wasteland like perimeter. You'll see. Roads, you can do none, few, default, or many. I left it on default, and you can also change the type. You can have narrow roads, default roads, or wide. I liked wide. I don't know. I thought it looked cool. A road condition, you can have damage, overgrown, and this is all like how much road damage or grass patches on the road. Like I said, all these, if you go over them, it kind of explains stuff. I put some damage. Small lakes, I put few. Big lakes, very few. Rivers, few. Cracks, you can have vicious cracks. I put none. I think they're kind of stupid. No POIs in biome. You can make it so Burn Wasteland doesn't have POIs in them. I don't even have Burn Wasteland on my map except for the perimeter, so I don't care. And the player spawns, I left it near town. Traders, you can have one, none, few, default, many, lots. I put lots. They're my friends. Trader locations, you can put far from town, random, or near. I put near. Cities, okay, there's cities, there's towns, farms, rednecks, old towns, mountain huts, but we'll go through this. Basically, the cities are the big ones. I put few city size, but I put mega size. City grid, I put tight. Like I said, you can scroll over these. It says it's not fully implemented, but I kept it tight because I don't want them like really long or oblong looking, and it seemed like it did what I wanted it to. Obviously the size depends on how big it is, how many. Now towns, I put very few, and towns will be just smaller rural settlements. Town size, I left it small. Farms, I put on many. These are just crop fields and farmhouses like out nowhere. And then there's rednecks, which are trailer parks. I put none. I thought that was kind of weird them be out random in the middle of nowhere. I understand farms, but just a redneck. It's weird. Old towns, I put none. I don't really like old towns. Outback POIs, single POIs or small groups of them in the countryside. I put few. And these are just like something that I did yesterday, and I thought it made something that I really liked. Mountain huts, put few. Extra car lots default. Custom towns, none. I mean, you can define edited prefab list, custom towns. I ain't messing with all that. Prefab list right here, either vanilla or the compo pack. If you have compo pack, click that. If not, leave it on default. I'll pick that. Height map, generate new. You can also import height maps, but I haven't done that yet. And then POIs, you can actually have no POIs. But like I said, I left it there. Special zones, there's none, but if you play Darkness Falls, you can add those zones in here. I don't play Darkness Falls, haven't yet, so I don't really know what that means, but if you play it, you probably know what it means. And then scenario, there's just no POIs. I don't see the point of that. But like I said, there's all these options, and then you can also set it manually if you want. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll hit generate world, and down here you'll see it working. It's going to run the terrain generation. It's going to export 1 out of 3, then it'll be 2 obviously, then 3. And then you'll see when it's done, it actually shows up like the total time that it took to make it. And then right here it'll actually tell you the directory. So it'll be under users, me, downloads, this nitrogen, this folder, and then under output. And then if you go to this output, we can even click on it. See, it's already popped it up. And I'll click on it, and it's gonna start creating the files and sticking them in there. See, it's still working, but as it's working, it's adding the files that you need. The height map, the biome. So this is basically going to be your biome. See, there's snow up here, there's desert down here, and this is all green. And that's because that's how I wanted it. There's also radiation, where I've seen a guy customize this. So basically you can make your perimeter zone, like your radiation or water zone, you can make it smaller if you want. So there's more actual usable map. But I haven't messed with it, but you can if you feel like it. Excuse me, sorry. And I am terribly sorry. This is probably going to be like 15-20 minutes. So it's pretty much done doing all the settlement part. I think there's like another step down here that it'll get to. This might refresh, and then a preview, like the maps that you've seen people posting, will go in this preview folder, and I'll show you what it made. And like I said, you can change all this and experiment what you want. And if you generate, even if I had generated another one, the exact same, bang, it would be different. Even though it's all these options are the same, it's still going to be random. It's just going to have these parameters that set what its limitations are. Okay, now it's almost done because the preview's in there. Come on, don't make me a liar. It's almost done. Preview popped up. Come on, there you go. World mapping done. Finished generating new world. Total time taken 2 minutes 32 seconds. I don't know if that's because I'm recording now, but usually it's about 1.5 minutes. Okay, so now you can go to this preview and double click on it, and it'll pop up. And I think this is image viewer. But see, this is what it created. You got my parameters. You know, there's some lakes, some big lakes, some rivers. You know, a few big cities, which a few is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like 6 or so for a few. I think there's 4 if you put very few, and default I think is about 8. But I think that's a pretty good map. I mean, it's not perfect for me. I would keep re-rolling this because I want like most of them in the green part, you know, maybe like one or two here and one, two here, and then the rest of them scattered through here. And then all these icons, these should, they represent something. If there's a key somewhere, I'll try to find it, but right now I don't know the key. But I am pretty sure the red, or like some of the bigger ones, I think I've noticed them being like the stadiums, but I don't think they're all the red ones, obviously, because of the different sizes. But I think some of those big red ones are like the football stadium. But I'll get out of here. That's just the image. Exit out of there. You can go back to this. Now that we made one, now you say, okay, I want to play it. How do you play it? So what you do is I will just open up another folder so I can get to my game. Go to my games, go to the Steam again, go to Steam Apps, Common, 7 Days to Die, and then under 7 Days to Die you go to the data, and under data there'll be worlds. Double click on it and see I have a custom 8K. This is the one I'm currently playing. It's pretty sweet. I'll show it to you actually, a preview. This is my map that I'm currently playing on. Ain't that sweet? Look at all this. Look, there's 4 right here. My little hut's right here. Well, I think it's actually closer to here. Look at that. 4 big cities right there. And there's some here. And there's still like a desert one and one up here. If you know, you want to go up there. But this, to me, is awesome. This is an awesome map. But what you do is we'll go into the worlds. See, these are all your worlds. And you need to take it from the nitrogen output where you find this, and you just will take this folder that has all these files in it, the whole folder that has the world name that you made on it. You take this and you move it to here, and now that'll be 8K test. Now once you move it over here, it's basically in your game. All you need to do is go to your game, X out all this. Again, I'm sorry it's really long. A lot of this stuff I'll try to post about maybe skipping stuff, but I just want to show you all of it. Come on, Steam. I should already had it running. I just don't like to mess with stuff a lot, like games and stuff, when Steam's running. You never know when it's going to do like an update or a download to the game that I might be messing with. So I usually have Steam closed when I mess with the games. Come on, you slow piece of crap. There we go. Close, nobody cares. We'll go to the library, and then 7 Days to Die. Hit play. Play 7 Days to Die. Yeah, over 2,200 hours. I know. Get a life. This game's too good. It's too good. Look, I reviewed the game. Yeah. Ooh. Getting excited. Also, sorry if like any of these, like the frame rate goes to crap or anything, because my screen's 4K. I don't usually play in 4K though, but okay, so we're on 18.2 B5. We did everything, that you needed to do before we got here. So what we'll do is we'll hit New Game. And see, here's Custom 8K. This is the one I already had. Now, see, the Game World. we're on it right now, but basically just go through here, and there's like different ones I've made before, pre-gens, all these other ones. Like I've made a ton. I've made a ton. But we'll find the name that you made. You know, you could have named it Teddy 2 or, you know, Jump Man. I don't know, but find it. And mine was 8K Test. That's the one we did. And then the game name will just be like normal. What you want to name it. It won't change anything. So we'll just do 8K Test. Same. Then you can change all this if you want. And then you'll just hit start. And this will actually load faster than if you just made it. Obviously, because the whole world's already created. All it's got to do is load it. You know, if you made a new one and never generated it in the previewer first, you know, it kind of takes a long time. Well, this will load like you already made it in the previewer, or if you had already played on the map. It won't take 20 minutes. It should only take a couple minutes, a minute. I mean, if you have a solid state drive, it might take 30 seconds or 10 seconds. I don't know. I don't have a solid state, so it's not ridiculously fast. But it is quicker than if it needed to make it. See, it's just loading the game data, initializing the world. It doesn't need to generate the world. It's already made. And it's so much faster with that tool. It's ridiculous. Like, the one in game for me is so slow. It's just, I'll finally be like, fine, I'll play this one. But I'm so anal about, you know, how the map is and the towns and all this. I don't want to start blind and then find out the world is garbage, you know, and all the good town is in like wastelands or in stuff, you know, in areas I don't want to be in, you know. But to each their own. Visualizing the world. Come on, create character or whatever. Come on, little sound. Come on. And I'm just gonna kind of load this, and maybe we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see like one of those POIs that aren't vanilla, real quick. But I was gonna stop it before this, but I wanted to, you know, show you it worked, you know, all the way, and not just get it to there, and then people say, well, this doesn't work. You get a error or something, and just to show that prove mine works. So if yours somehow doesn't work, I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. Ooh, I'm hearing the noise. Hearing the birds chirping. Usually means it's close. There we go. Oh, really? I hate the fucking snow. Yeah, no one cares. No one cares. Ooh, yeah, look at those. Yeah, see, those aren't vanilla. And also, like, my HUD's a little different because I have, like a mod for the HUD. So I have like food and water on my HUD. So don't mind that. That has nothing to do with what I just showed you. But that's the cool thing too, is with all that, you can still have the modlets that they call them that you put in that mod folder, and it won't mess any of this up. You know, you can add some HUD elements. You could add, you know, all kinds of stuff. You can make it so instead of having to punch plants and stuff, you can actually hit E to pick them up. There's a modlet for that out there, and all those modlets won't or shouldn't affect this. But yeah, I just wanted to show you. Here's some different POIs and all that. I'm sorry about the frame rate. It's like half of what it normally is because I'm recording. But I just wanted to show you that, and it works. There was no null reference, no errors, nothing. If you got any more questions, feel free to ask, and there's probably also other people out there that are even more knowledgeable than me. Just wanted to put this out there. Thanks.